Have you found yourself knocking at doors that are stubbornly not opening, not giving you access to what you believe is your destiny? Are you sometimes frustrated with what is not happening? And you are going from knocking on the door to actually pounding on these doors, wanting them to be open for you so that you can enjoy the process of going forward in your promised land. If this is you, then the content of this video is something that will benefit you. This is Prophet June Sheltrown, Prophetic Light International. If you like the content of these videos, give it a thumbs up, share with others, and subscribe to our channel. Also, we have a daily word posted on my website, propheticlight.org. You can also share. Yes, doors that are stubbornly not budging, not opening for you. You have pounded on them even, wondering why can't you have access? You have the keys to the kingdom of God. You have been told that you've been given the keys of David. Why aren't these doors of your destiny opening for you? There are 4 points to consider here about doors. Number 1, God will open doors for you that are always on time. He's never off schedule. He said, ask and it shall be given you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone, in everything, in all times and seasons in your life. So what happens when you keep knocking and nothing happens, nothing changes? You're just standing there in front of this door that doesn't open, no matter what you say, no matter how you pray, no matter what you do or others do. You can declare, you can decree, you can do all that is in you to do, and nothing changes for you. Consider this. He said that we are to keep on asking, keep on knocking. Don't stop. Our prayers are heard. Our prayers are important. And our prayers will never become a problem for you because the answer is always going to be right for you. So if the door does not open for you, no matter how you've prayed, no matter how you've asked, no matter how you have sought, then consider this. God has something better planned for you. His ways and thoughts are higher than yours, and we may seem to know what is right. Even as a Christian, there's a way that seems right unto a man, meaning everyone, but the end thereof might be destruction, and God is not going to allow you to go through a door that is not part of your destiny. It may seem right. It may look right, the right thing to do. But if it doesn't open for you, if he closes one door for you, there's no power to open that door. We need to rejoice just as much in the closed doors, in the sealed doors, in the doors that are impenetrable than we do in the open doors. For God will order your steps and keep you on that path of righteousness for his sake. Again, it may seem right for you, but you don't know what he knows. You don't see what's on the other side. We can only imagine. But when we are trusting in God, we will trust him to open the right doors at the right time for the right things to happen in the seasons that he has set forth for your life, for your destiny, for your family, for your loved ones, for the situations are here to pass. But you are here to stay. Stay in his presence. Stay in his power. Walk in his spirit. And trust him to open and shut doors for you. If that door is shut by God, and it might have been a door that you have walked through that closes behind you, that sometimes is just as disturbing, because even though it may be open for you, it's closed for other people that you wanted to follow you where you are going in your destiny purpose. But if that door is shut to them, God has other people that he is planning for you to be participating in partnership with, to go further than they will go with you. When we walk with God, it's not an easy thing. Faith and trust is not a simple thing. It's very complex. We come to him as a child in simple, dependent, childlike faith, but then we want to take the bull by the horns. We want to force things to happen. We want it to happen faster, or maybe slow it down a little bit. No, we like to set the pace. We like to be in control. And if this is something you're denying, it's probably not true. We all want to be able to have some control of our own lives. And giving up the controls is not an easy thing, especially when we come to doors that will not open, and we've done the asking, we have done the pounding, we have done that knocking, we have believed with every fiber of our being that it's going to be open for us, and it just doesn't happen. So the first thing to consider is that God is in control. He will open the doors in the appropriate time and season for you. He's an on-time God. And when the door is delaying having an opening for you, and it is the right door, then know that God is doing something in you before he will do something with you. In other words, he's preparing you for what's on the other side. So don't get impatient with the process. Secondly, remember that if the door doesn't open at all, he has another door for you that will completely fulfill your destiny purpose in him. So that means we trust him, not only to open doors, but to close doors. Now, when God closes a door, and it may even seem ajar, don't get your fingers in the door when it's slamming the door on your fingers. Just get your fingers out of it. Get your hands off of it. And let God do the rest. You will be blessed when you trust him for the open doors and the closed doors, for the times and seasons that are in his hands, and that he will guide you. He will not refuse you. He will not deny you any good thing. So he can shut the doors. He can open the doors. But he has a plan for your life and a purpose for your life that is always good, better than what you could ever imagine. Now, another thing to remember, point 4, is delay is not denial. If a door isn't opening and you know that 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 that's the way that he has called you, that is the place, that is the very purpose, then that door will open for you in God's perfect timing. It was not an easy thing for Abraham to continue to believe God for the promised child when the promise came 25 years before he ever embraced that son, Isaac. It had to be a difficult time because it was past the point of possibility, but never beyond God's ability, and timing was perfect for him. God has a timing for you. So, number one, keep praying, knocking, asking, believing. He will open the right doors for you. Number two, he will close doors that are wrong for you. Number three, delay is not denial. And the last one I want you to consider is the doors to your own heart. Jesus said, behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any person hears my voice and opens the door, I will come into him and sup with him, and he with me. You see, God is not going to open your heart's door. He will knock. He will continue knocking. He will continue speaking, and you will hear his voice. But he wants you to hear in response. When my children were little and I said, I want you to pick up your toys and put them in a toy box, if they would have them scattered all over their room. And it was time for that to be picked up. It was time to go to bed. But before you go to bed, let's get this room cleaned up. They heard me, but they didn't always do it. You know, that's the way we are as children of God too. So we can't condemn anyone for hearing with their ears, but not responding as God wants you to, because he's your Father. And so sometimes we think that we hear, but hearing is doing. So when we hear his voice and he's knocking at our heart's door, we need to respond to that. Open the door to your heart, not to anyone. Don't open your heart or give place to the devil. And the devil is always pounding. He's the thief that wants to steal, kill, and destroy. You don't want him in your heart and in your life and in your family and in your home. And you don't want him a part of your destiny. He will use people. He has agents that have an agenda against you. And so sometimes we do open up to the wrong thing. Now, if you invite the wrong people in your house or in your heart, you can also evict them and tell them to leave. After all, this is your heart. This is your life. So even if you made a mistake and open to the wrong voice and open to the knock of the wrong person that is not supposed to be connected with your life and destiny, you have the right to boot them out. You are still able to make that choice that's best for you. So when he knocks at your heart's door, then open up to him. Open up your life to him. Open up your destiny purpose to the one that knows it the best. In other words, all the issues of life come out of your heart. So you want him in your heart. You want him in your life. You want him in control. You want the will of God to be done in your life as it is in heaven. So when the doors are shut, don't feel bad. Wait on him. Trust him to open the appropriate door. If it never opens, he has a better door for you. And then always, always trust him for the best, because he has your best interest at heart. He will make things happen for you. And he will make a way for you where there is none. He will create a door that you didn't see before. So trust him with the doors. Keep praying and believing, and the doors will open for you. And if they don't, then trust that God has something great for you, way beyond what you have envisioned. It's his vision and plan for you. It's good thoughts. It's a good way. It's a good God, and he cares for you. Open up your heart and let him in. Then he will fellowship with you and you with him. He will always be there to give you the best. So we know that every door is in his hands, and he will walk with you into your destiny purpose when the doors open. You will not be on that adventure on your own. We thank God for his loving kindness for you. Now, may you be blessed this day and honor him by trusting always in him and his infallible word for you.